Hey,
was cool.
yo, what is up? It's a new year. Time for some new stories. A little bit of old, but we're going to bring it up to whatever's going on. It's kind of like
Ain't
it's a
that
new year
old.
for us.
I mean, it is getting old, but it ain't that old because it keep happening every damn week. So it's
Yeah,
always brand new around here.
yeah, new
Four
year,
out
same conversations.
of 5. Exactly. Just
And the
repeat.
conversation that's being repeated over and 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 over. Like that time when Marshawn Lynch was talking about, I run through a mother effer face over and over and over and over. It's the
They call
Philadelphia
that ad
Eagles.
nauseum till you're sick of hearing it.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, Boulevard.
Yo,
It's nerve wracking. I know I have a headache from it just watching the Eagles games and being like excited about Eagles games. And mind
right.
you, I was out. I watched the game at an establishment where people were watching other games, and we were like the guys. They were watching the Baltimore Miami game. We were watching the Eagles Cardinals game, and the guy turned around and looked at me. He goes, "Oh man, the Cardinals scored again," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." And yeah, so yeah, it was nerve wracking. It gave me a headache, so I wonder if it was giving you a headache just watching this happen.
No, I was getting my blood pressure up though. I mean, I wasn't getting my blood pressure headaches to be all up in this area, but no, I definitely felt my blood pressure going up.
It's like,
Certain
it's
points,
like
all I could do was laugh because it's just more of the same old, and there don't seem to be any conclusions in sight that work in our benefit.
right, and it's like before the new year, we delivered the blame game video. We put out the blame
Mm-hmm.
game video. It was supposed to be fun. It wasn't supposed to be anything serious. It's just us being having a little fun. And
Mm-hmm.
now, as we come into the new year and it's the same old nonsense, we double down on what we said in the blame game. And at
Right.
this point, the name of this video is Trash 'em, the Philadelphia Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
because it's time to start trashing these people. Um, and it's basically, I want to go off what we're looking at. I picked 5 people that I want to trash, and I want to put it. I want to see if we can discuss it a little bit and see if there's anybody else we're going to add to that list.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll come to add names that we missed too. So tell us what you think if we miss anybody, and there's probably a lot of people we gonna miss.
Yes, yes, indeed. We are
Great.
welcoming. We welcome you all to come in and put some. If you want to just throw somebody in the trash, we welcome to it because I think it's about time we trash this shit. So
Right.
we
I
can start
promise
to
these
make.
people we'd solve this problem. We'd tell them exactly what the issue was, and we will. I mean, that's my word. I gave them my word. I said we'd figure this out. I'm gonna tell them exactly what the issue is. They might not like it though, but I'll save that one for the end.
All right. So first on my list, I put a guy who came out last year was supposedly one of the most dominant DBs in the game last year, and then after the Super Bowl got exposed, and now he's looking like nothing. And that is James Bradbury. Uh, he's just a liability this year.
Really, by nothing you mean his stats sheet?
Oh, everything. He's like being burnt on the field, just looking like he can't cover. Like he
Mm-hmm.
can't cover a baby on it with a blanket. Like he is just bad. And I don't understand it. I'm just so baffled because he had such a great percentage last year, and then now it's just like we got your number. You can't cover without holding, and we're gonna it's like the whole Super Bowl losing the Super Bowl just got him in such a rut that he just can't perform anymore.
Right.
So yeah, he's just not doing what
You think he really got the Super Bowl hangover there?
I
Think he
think.
really, he just
Yeah,
felt smart. He no longer has the confidence.
Yeah, and what they call that, the yips or whatever.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's like something happened. He's just like, "Fuck, what did I do? I don't know what to do anymore." It's like he forgot how to play his position,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, and you wanted to say last year we were like, yeah, John Gannon was the reason because he failed to adjust. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm starting to think to myself, like, was it a failure to adjust, or was it just like this is how these guys play?
Right. I mean, was the holding call just like fully on due? Did he just make a bad play? Was he in a bad spot? Was it his own
Mhm.
brain? What
Yeah,
is it? I mean,
yeah,
was it Gannon or was it Bradbury?
yeah, and that's the question a lot of people are going to start asking. I would love to see some of the fans come in the comments, some of
Mm-hmm.
the people in the fan groups and come out into the comments and tell us what they think is the problem
Please,
with
I'm
James Bradbury.
curious. Seems like a pretty interesting thing to discuss here.
Yeah, because getting some input, we can understand. I don't know. Maybe even James Bradbury. Somebody send it to James Bradbury. Let James Bradbury tell us what the problem is. Um,
Yeah, like he gonna tell us. He don't even know. If he knew, he'd do something about it.
yeah,
Nah, we can go ahead and pass judgment on him, find him guilty, and send him
yeah.
to the wolves.
Because until we get some answers, he's going in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Somebody get that man a towel because he looking real washed.
yep. Trash him, ball it up,
Mm-hmm.
throw it in the trash. Next person I got on my list, I have the guy who was demoted, got his job took by a consultant, Mr. Sean Desai. Now,
Ah,
I was excited for Sean Desai to get this opportunity in Philadelphia because I don't remember when the last time we had a black defensive coordinator. So I was just excited about it. And I feel like he let me down. I'm let down because and at this point we have no choice but to just accept that Sean Desai is going to be gone. You don't demote somebody and then bring them back. Like, all right,
we don't want
you
him back
learned
in.
your lesson. You learned your
On behalf of
lesson. You
all
can
of
have
us,
your
we don't
job
want him
back.
back.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
And like yes, so given that he was demoted, he goes into the trash. He
Mm-hmm.
goes into the bin. You got your job took by a guy who got fired.
Like you got your job sucked. That's
Yeah,
enough to get you put in the trash right there. You got your job sucked mid-season.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn,
you're in the
that's
trash.
recycled. That don't come every week.
Yeah, because Matt Patricia was in the trash in New
Mm-hmm.
England. Like he wasn't even good enough to call the defensive plays in New England last season,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's here taking your job to call your plays. That says a whole lot about you. Uh, so Sean Desai, I mean, you're not gonna get a lot of time and conversation out of us because you're
Nope.
going in the trash. Just like it is what it is. You got demoted. There is no saving. There's no going back from that. Whether Nick Sirianni regrets that decision
Where
or
did he
not,
come from? Where did the side come from? I can no longer remember.
I think Seattle or Chicago, New Orleans. I don't know. One of those places where we don't
Hopefully,
give
hopefully.
shits. But he's yeah, he can go back to one of those places. Maybe
Yeah.
I mean at this point he's probably his next job is going to be a position coach or a college defensive coordinator or special teams coach because he's not going to coach anybody's defense.
I'd
He's
almost
not going
make
to
a
be an
bet
NFL
with you
coordinator.
that he does. Because the
Yeah, they,
league is stupid like that. The league is
yeah,
stupid with the hiring. They're like, oh, you did it before, you can do it now. But, you know, they don't like, they love picking up retreads. Like, for
yeah.
coaches that already failed in other spots and using them again and being surprised that they failed.
Yep,
Some
I
people
agree.
are meant to be head coaches. Some people are meant to be coordinators. Some people are
Yeah.
just position coaches. And some coaches don't know shit.
Some
Decide not know shit.
Speaking of another coaches who don't know shit, the
Mm-hmm.
guy who came in and took the one of the most dynamic offenses and turned them into a turnover machine and all around gaggle fuck.
Look it up, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a word.
It was just, it's not a word, and it had to make something up in order for you to understand just what he did. And it keeps bringing us back to, what was it, the 1st and 20? It was the 1st and 20 they run a draw. Got nothing. Draw. Got nothing. Draw. Got nothing.
Oh,
what are you doing?
Oh, and don't forget third down.
And then what was it? Wide receiver screen. And then they did it again. Draw. Wide receiver screen, but not to a damn wide receiver. You wide receiver screen to a running back. Jesus.
I'm pretty sure we lost Smith on that screenplay. Sad.
Yeah. You lose Smith. Not only do you lose Smith, you ruin. Not only do you lose Smith, but you lose the mentality, the confidence of an all-star receiver in AJ Brown. Like, he is not having it. He is upset. He already spoke out. He spoke out that his anger is not toward his teammates. He is not upset with his teammates.
Right.
He is upset with his coaches, and he is making it known.
Right.
At this point, we all knew that at this point, Brian Johnson is continuing to bury himself. He is making sure that he never gets another job again.
There's no way in hell someone picks him up again after this.
Yeah, like, all he's doing right now is just
talents.
Yeah, he's solidifying himself as one of the most, what's the word? When you don't touch something, you just don't want to touch it. He is just becoming that
toxic?
person. Let's just say toxic. He is just becoming that guy. And the next person we're going to talk about, I'm going to put that on him. Because at some point when you see somebody, if you're supposed to be that team guy and you're care about the people on your team, at some point you got to say, all right, let me pull you away before you ruin your career. Because that's what Brian Johnson is doing. Because not only is he not paying attention, he's doing his own thing, failing at it, and doubling down on failing at what he's doing, and doing it in a way that is so horrifyingly bad that it looks worse than what you were doing before.
Right. Joe down the block don't know a damn thing about football, but Joe down the block smart enough not to call draw play on 1st and 20.
I'm a DB, and I'm not calling. I mean, I played a little quarterback too, but in wide receiver. But I'm not calling a draw. 1st and 20. Listen, I'm gonna try some outs, some slants, and post. Maybe it'll work. If it don't, so fucking what? And then,
you know what may actually say yes? Maybe just moving that shit to a much quicker offense. Maybe just get it out quicker. Just make sure the ball's moving downfield.
They got the weapons to do it.
Yeah. Like maybe we do need AJ Brown or Devontae to turn into slant boys. Maybe that would help. You know, just whatever's moving the ball forward. Not trying to be cute, trying to call these like stupid, over-intelligent, overthought plays. Like you clearly overthinking every judgment you make if these are the play calls, some of these play calls. Because they're very questionable. But like your first instinct is always your best instinct.
I agree. And it's just like
and we're all seeing this dude fucking up. And the longer the season goes, the more he's fucking up. Like the bigger the fuck up. He's in his own head. Johnson is. And he's falling apart because of it. And it's killing the offense. AJ Brown has every right to be mad. Hurts.
Absolutely.
Maybe Hurts just ignores him at some point and just takes command of the offense for real. Maybe. I mean, there's certain things haven't been seeing enough of, period. And, like, for one, I don't see enough motion at all. At all. So you're not even trying to fool the defense. You're not even trying to outsmart shit. You're not trying to see what they're doing. You're just going out there and you're just running the fucking play. The plays aren't working. If your quarterback work for them, you can see the plays aren't working. What do you do if the play isn't going to work? You audible out of that shit. Maybe he needs to audible more. Maybe he needs to be allowed to audible because I'm not necessarily sure he is allowed to audible out of the system. You don't see it. So maybe that's what holding them back. They don't. Maybe Johnson can't be trusted with the system. Maybe Hurts isn't fully trusted with the system. I mean, boy, Sirianni keeps saying it's his system they're running, but it doesn't seem like it's much of a system. It doesn't seem like that deep of a system. Where's the mistake? Where's the play calling? Like, where's the originality? Where's the creativity? The goal is to get people open. So where's that? Like, how are you using the offense to get people open in certain areas so you can progress the ball forward? I'm not seeing it. Not enough of it. Not enough.
Not at all.
Yeah. It's too bland. It's too basic. They need to get a little more clever. And I don't mean clever as in calling draw plays on first and whatevers. Beyond 10s, first and longs. Like, you're not that, no. So.
Like, who do they think they are, the Miami Dolphins? Dolphins is the only people who can do that.
Yeah, I guess they are. The fastest offense in the league. They can pull it off. The Eagles can't pull it off. The Eagles ain't, no.
And here's another thing. Why are you running these counters with two lead backs with a quarterback? There is a guy on their team who's holding a damn roster spot. He has a 2-year contract. He's a power back who can do this, and we have not seen him since like week 1, week 2. Where is Rashad Penny?
I remember him. Yeah, he's still on the team. I mean, I don't think they remember Eddie on the team. I don't know what is going on there.
Holding a roster spot.
Hey, we could have just brought Sanders back for all the production we're getting out of Penny. We could have just brought Miles Sanders back.
I'm pretty sure Miles Sanders would have been happy with that.
Yeah, with the same damn contract. And we'd have actually got carries out of him. That would have been super effective compared to what we're getting. Wouldn't mind having Miles Sanders back as a backup running back to Swift. That would have been way more dangerous of a combination than Swift and whoever. I mean, Scott, Gainwell, those aren't pro caliber running backs. Like,
They're
they're not.
They don't even.
Y'all hyped Gainwell up for, I feel like, 3 fucking years. And really? This is what y'all talking about? No.
And what bothers me is that Nick Sirianni says this was his offense. My offense. He's just running my offense. Shane Steichen had the same offense. So you see, either you saying that you're saying that your offense sucks.
Yes, without
Steichen's
creativity, apparently.
That's basically what it is. So if it's your offense, you need to get. Then Brian Johnson doesn't know how to work your offense. He's the problem. If it's just your offense, he's running your offense. He's your problem.
He's running your offense, and you're struggling to clear 20 points for like the whole last month of the season. You're struggling to clear 20, and so you're going to keep riding with this, which it's obviously not working. You're going to keep doing this. That's insanity. That's the definition of insanity.
Yep.
If you're doing the same bullshit week in, week out, and you're losing 4 out of 5 games, and you're still doing it, it's insanity.
5 games you shouldn't have lost. Maybe 2 games you should. 3 games you shouldn't have lost.
They shouldn't be in the 5 spot. They shouldn't be trying to get a wild card. That's for damn sure. They should not be trying to get a wild card. They should be trying to still fighting for the 1 seed. But they're not. Because they went over there and they fell flat on their face versus Jonathan fucking Gannon in Arizona.
So we throwing Brian Johnson in the trash. He joins Bradbury, Desai in the garbage bin.
Oh, we throwing him head first like Dak Prescott.
Yes. Iconic picture. By the way. We got to show people that one of these days and just share that with everybody without letting people know what who your name is. I don't know.
You don't want to know my name.
But yeah, you throwing Brian Johnson in the trash. He's probably one of the biggest catalysts of failure this team. And again, just like Desai, who's not going to find himself getting another defensive coordinator position. We won't see him anyone's defensive coordinator again unless it's on a lower level. Brian Johnson is another guy who is play calling his way to unemployment or a consultant position for the rest of his damn career.
Hell no!
Not in the NFL. He's not going to be. He won't be in the NFL
with nobody. He only still around and because he was friends with the quarterback. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go.
So let's jump into another guy who keeps popping up in these conversations. The head coach, Nick Sirianni.
Okay.
So Nick Sirianni, kudos to you. You haven't had a losing season as a coach. However, this is the first time as a coach that everyone is now questioning you. Everyone is now questioning your decision making. You lost. You keep saying this is your offense. Shane Steichen ran your offense successfully. Took you to 14-3, was it? Shane Steichen got a head coaching position because he led your offense. You showed he knew how to take a system and win with it. Probably took the same system to Indianapolis and is competing for a quarterback. And he doesn't even have their starting quarterback. They took your backup quarterback from last year and is winning with him. So I ask, if it's your offense, what's the problem, Nick? Because if it's the same offense you've been running for the past few years, what's the problem, Nick? Obviously, it's Brian Johnson. And we always like to bring up certain things. It's like when coaches stay committed to certain things and don't want to bench certain players who are damaging the direction of the team. Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson, what's his name? Anthony Smith, Arthur Smith, and I won't say Desmond Ridder because I think Desmond Ridder should be the quarterback, but him moving on from Desmond Ridder to Taylor Heineke or Vrabel and Tannehill or what's his name, Garoppolo and whoever, just when you make certain dumb decisions and you stay committed to the wrong person, it gets you fired. And you standing committed to Brian Johnson, it's going to get you fired. We are looking at one of the most, I've never seen it happen before, ever, where you change coordinators and immediately look like the worst team in the league. You're looking like the worst team in the league, like we're just getting by. I granted, we had the worst schedule the worst schedule, probably the toughest schedule in the entire NFL. There's no excuse. This team should have only 2 losses on its belt. Because I agree that they should have split with Dallas. The Dallas split should have happened. You should split with Dallas. You should have beat Dallas at home. Lost. You should have lost to Dallas and Dallas. You should have lost to San Fran. San Francisco was just playing out of their mind. You shouldn't have lost to Seattle. Shouldn't have lost to Arizona. Shouldn't have lost to New York. Shouldn't have lost to... Yeah, those are the teams you lost to.
Right.
So... I don't understand. It's an offensive thing. It's a defensive thing. I've never seen such a major derailment of both sides of the ball. It's completely like they forgot how to play the game. I've never seen a quarterback digress so bad in my life. I've never seen a quarterback digress so bad. And and I have to say it's got to be Nick Sirianni's fault. Nick Sirianni, you have to take the blame because both of these guys that are running the sides of the ball were hired by you. You thought you were doing something special, and you messed it up. You're probably going to be in hot water if you don't fire these two guys at the end of this year. If you bring either one of these guys back, you are going to find yourself fired. You're going to do what Doug Pearson did.
Here's my thing. It's his offense, right?
Yep.
Series offense. Johnson is failing at running this offense. Sirianni is the head coach. Why doesn't he just take over play calling? Am I missing something?
I think I know what it is because remember when Nick Sirianni was calling plays, and they were like, Nick Sirianni, you're doing a shitty job at calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, all right. Shane Steichen, call plays. And then the offense started performing better. I think Nick Sirianni knows
that he's also a bad play caller.
He's probably a bad play caller, and it's not going to be any worse or any better than what Brian Johnson is doing. So that makes me ask one question. Why are you the head coach?
Why are you the head coach? Yeah.
Because if you can't call plays, guess what? There's another guy on your team.
Right. It's like you can't take leadership of this situation, take command of this disaster, this ship that's slowly sinking because you keep putting so much stock in bad coaches. Like you can't take over the ship, take charge and fill the holes or find something to hold you over so you can at least beat Arizona. Like you can't find somewhere to just get past Arizona defensively. You let it
draw.
It's both sides of the ball. That's obvious. Both sides of the ball are a disaster. It's probably the worst run defense in the league. We know the pass defense has been a disaster. It was bad last year, but we got by. So,
what's even worse?
What's that?
Is that the linebackers are bad too. It's like they were suspect. Like last year, they were meh. But they were solid enough. Like T.J. Edwards and Kazir White were solid enough that they can hold down the middle of the field a little bit. These linebackers, torched.
Gee, maybe that was Gannon. Maybe that was the talent we had.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many more people you got left on that list that you want to throw in the trash?
We got one more. I got just one more guy.
Okay. Is it the guy that I would probably hold responsible for?
I think it is. It is that guy. Right. And if you'd like to take the lead on that,
I would love to take the lead.
I would love to let you.
Okay. Well, to me, the number one person responsible for this clusterfuck of this last quarter of the season is Howie Roseman. Okay? Because here's the deal. He sucks at drafting. I mean, you go through his history. I've got all his history. I could go look through it and tell you all the bad first-round picks, all the bad second-round picks, all the hits and misses over the years. Y'all know what happened. You're Eagles fans. You know, I don't need to explain it.
Absolutely.
But, let's say, as a GM, as somebody who handles the draft, you want to bring in as much talent at every position. So you can develop that talent. So you can re-sign that talent. That's how you build it. You use free agency to fill gaps. You use the trade market to fill gaps in your team.
Mm-hmm.
How these drafts are so bad, we have no depth and we have no talent at multiple positions. That we've had to go hit the market, the trade market, the free agency market to find number one players at these positions. And more often than not, we fail. He fails at finding that player. So, if you look through his history, you realize he's not great at trades. He hits sometimes, but he's not great at trades. He's not great with the trade market. He's sure as fuck not great with the free agent market. He's not great with drafting. So we have no linebackers. We have no DBs, correct?
Mm-hmm. You're
First
correct.
drafted and developed.
Bunch
We
of
have a
old
few linemen.
mofos.
Right. We have a few linemen. We have Goddard. Calcaterra ain't it.
Nope. Nope.
Wide receiver, he hit on Smith.
That's
He
it.
hit on Smith. That's it.
That's it.
Yes. Running back. It's up in the air if you want to call Sanders a hit or not.
No.
Exactly. See, you see what I mean?
One
The man's
1,000-yard
crazy.
game.
He's
One
terrible at pretty much every aspect except the cap management.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this team sucks. We have a shitty general manager who does not bring in enough talent for us to remain competitive when it gets hard. We have no starting talent at multiple positions. We have no strong depth at multiple positions. The only position where we have depth is D-line. That's it.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah, D-tackle. The problem, the sole problem is Howie. Because good talent would beat out coaching, would beat out bad coaching. We would be surviving. We would be still making the most of the plays with the talent that we could have had we had a semi-decent general manager. That's the problem. That's the entire problem. He's responsible for the people on the field screwing up as much as he is his own self screwing up. And all of this falls on Howie. It's his fault.
Another thing I want to point out is like, remember how we got us laughed out of the draft, almost laughed out of the draft when he took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. The most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
That should have
Numerous
gotten him fired.
screw ups on his record. I mean, Barnett. Like, seriously. Like, the ball can't draft, okay? Let's get it out over. He's terrible at drafting, so we don't have any young talent to draft and develop. We have to play the free agency market to fill holes at linebacker, corner, backup tight end, backup wide receiver, backup running back, because we have no depth.
None.
Which means we're not even hitting in the later rounds. We're not finding talent, diamonds in the rough in the fourth or the fifth or wherever. We're not even finding those. Howie is the problem because Howie buys the groceries. That's all. That's my whole. That's where I'm placing all of the blame. I'd love to know if people out there can hear what the hell I'm reason with what I'm saying and see what the hell I'm talking about, because I know I'm right, and if they don't like it, then they're wrong. But it's Howie's fault. It's all Howie's fault.
Listen, if they don't like it, they can join all these guys in the trash bin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's basically
Man, I've been
it.
sitting here
Like,
fumigating over that whole Howie Roseman for like 3-4 days now. Listen, yeah, it's gone. I'm going to chew his ass out. But I'm being nice. I mean, they know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Hit me up and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong, and this don't fall on Howie. Please tell me, because I got proof. I got proof. I got paperwork. I looked it up. I researched. I don't research shit, but I researched this because I care about this team.
Yeah, I do too sometimes.
Sometimes, huh? Not when you're throwing stuff at the TV.
Yeah, because now I got to figure out.
When y'all call me crying because we won the Super Bowl. No,
Yeah,
sometimes.
Well, listen, I'm upset, and now I got to figure out, because here I am, the Eagles. I would be happy to see the Eagles make a run. I would love to see the Eagles make a
It could
run.
still happen.
It could happen, and I will be so happy. I will shut the hell up if it happens. If the Eagles win in the first round, of the playoffs, I will shut up. I will never say anything. I will shut the hell up. But it's not.
If the Eagles can make it to the NFC Championship game, I will go the entire month of February without smoking weed. Y'all not that serious to me. That's what I'm gonna do immediately after we get off this show. I'm gonna smoke me a bowl.
I'm not willing to give anything up, so yeah.
But that's
I'm
how
not.
passionate I am about this team.
I mean, I don't really have anything to give up. I don't got nothing to give up, bro. Maybe I'll give up sweets.
Give up Madden for a month.
I mean, Madden's giving itself up.
Right? That's a whole other topic. I don't know. We haven't killed much time, but
listen, I think at some point we're gonna have to discuss these. It's a bunch of new sports games coming out. So
EA Sports, you're kind of lame. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be great to see the Eagles make a run because I would love to have a Super Bowl party. But I already told my wife, I am not having a Super Bowl party if the Eagles aren't in the Super Bowl. It's just pointless to me.
I would like to do an episode. I mean, we got some people we could probably call and we could all get together do a show, or at least for first half.
Oh, well, absolutely. We could definitely do a show because I'm not watching it.
No?
The Eagles ain't in it and I'm not watching it. I'll watch it. I will be watching
it. I wouldn't care if it was the Redskins versus the Patriots. I'd watch it for the commercials. I'd just mute it.
Listen, I wouldn't mind either. I'm trying to think what was that? It was, damn it, I can't. I would love to see a game where it was the Redskins versus the Yellow Jackets. You know, two defunct organizations.
Yes. Or the Steelers.
Yeah. Jesus. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to be prepared for some awesome stuff that's going to be going on soon. Boulevard is in the middle of a techno rave. Maybe you should get you some glow sticks for a show.
No, I shouldn't. I'm a grown ass man.
But we got some great things coming up. We're gonna be dropping the live from the bench shop. We're gonna be dropping the live from the bench shop, so you can get some live from the bench gear.
Some live from the bench gear.
Yeah, you know, some stuff for the new year. We're gonna be dropping the live from the bench blog.
I want a business card. It says
Boulevard. Even considering
you can sit on my.
We're even considering starting a second channel discussing the new spring football league. And solely
I ain't know until they're endorsing that shit. I want some participation from them.
But listen, it's just all possibilities. Well, that's a possibility.
It is.
We are going to be diving into some more fun things. So this year is going to be a lot more fun and we're going to be a lot more active. You're going to see some live. We're going to start doing some live streams. We're going to start doing some fun where we watch videos and you can see us drop away from the sports aspect of it and just be ourselves a little bit, have some fun. You guys can come on and join. You can see Boulevard just play with his camera. You know, because he's probably going to be streaming some stuff. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Do with this thing.
But he's spinning. But
I totally lost track of what was just happening there. I was too busy playing with my computer.
I told you he was playing with himself. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a sin.
As we throw the Eagles in the trash.
And we God cry.
We all know that there's one thing you should have been doing this whole time. You're supposed to be smashing the like button, subscribing.
2 fingers.
And like some of you might have stayed. If you stayed, that's awesome. If you didn't stay, you should probably go watch some other videos. But you're not here because you didn't stay. So miss out. But
that's what he said.
I say all that to say we can't all be starters. But Boulevard can tell you all what you can do. Oh shit.